What's up? It's Andy Grammer with Jag.
Hi, this is Carly Rae Jepsen, and you're listening to Jag.
Hey everybody, it's Joe Jonas hanging with Jag.
This is Heather Knox, Playboy's Miss January 2012, with the hottest Jag I've ever seen.
It's B.O.B. checking in with my homie Jag. So much swag with my homie Jag.
It's the Jag Show Podcast.
Thanks for checking out another 5-Minute Friday podcast of the Jag Show. I know your time is very valuable, so let's get right to it. Today I want to talk about selling the Sizzle. And I don't just mean the bacon bar at my wife's and my Jewish wedding. Link to a picture of that's in the show notes. It was a huge hit. So one of my early mentors in radio, a guy by the name of Ben Hamilton in Burlington, Vermont, told me always sell the Sizzle. Now, Ben was old school. He came up in the 90s in like the overhyped era of radio, the hot rockin', flame-throwing, #1 hit music station, and everything we did was the extreme this, the ultimate that. Now, any study about millennials and Gen Z and just people in general nowadays, you know that people don't like hype. People don't like overhyped, exaggerated stuff. They want real. They want authenticity. So this exaggerated, we're the best and biggest and all that, it doesn't really play anymore. However, if there's something that's legitimately exciting that you're legitimately excited about, tell people. So here's an example. I recently bought the RodeCaster Pro studio, which if you're not familiar, it's what I call a studio in a box. I can bring it with me to clients, plug up to 4 microphones, a Bluetooth connection, a phone connection, and a computer via USB. Comes up on a board, all separate channels. You can program buttons to play your outro, your intro, sound effects throughout. It's a really awesome system. It looks really sleek, and it's a nice showpiece. In fact, I'm actually recording this podcast on it right now. So twice this week, I've gone to clients to pitch them on doing a podcast, and both times I brought this box with me. So when I take it out of my little case and I plug it in and I show them how it works and do a little bit of demo with it, their eyes light up. They are genuinely wowed by this exciting piece of equipment. It gives me credibility as a podcast creator and a producer, and it paints the picture of how cool a podcast can be. I feel like I'm going to bring this box with me to every sales call that I go to on a client because it looks that good and it's that impressive for people to see. And the larger point is about podcasting in general. People are excited about podcasting. There's a buzz around this business that I haven't seen in quite some time. So use that excitement. Play that to your advantage. The easiest clients are the ones that you don't have to sell podcasting to. Somebody might already be doing the work for you. For example, I have one client who said her nephew in New York told her all he listens to is podcasts. He commutes on the train in the city and all he listens to is podcasts. And she said, wow, maybe there is something to this podcast thing. Another recent client of mine, she said she told her 13-year-old son that she has a podcast. And he said, wow, that's so cool, Mom, you have a podcast. So people are legitimately excited about podcasting. Use that excitement to your advantage. Let others help you spread the gospel of podcasting if you're trying to make a living in this business. So my point in sell the sizzle is don't overhype anything, but if something's already sizzling, use it. Finally, a quick note, I'm going to be at Podcast Movement in Orlando in 2 weeks. Anybody who's not familiar with this event, I can't say enough good things about it. When I went last summer in Philadelphia, I met so many people, made so many contacts, I learned so much about this bright industry that it prompted me to start my own company. Podcasting has this collaborative feel to it that radio had back in the day when I started 15 years ago. People are excited. People want to help other people. There aren't that many egos in it. It's just such a collaborative space. And while I know it's not cheap, if you have an opportunity to go to Podcast Movement in Orlando later this month, I cannot recommend it highly enough. It was a life-changing thing for me when I went last year. And if you're not able to go, they also sell a virtual ticket where you can watch the seminars and the presentations after the fact, after they're recorded, if you can't be there in person. If you are going to be there, certainly hope you'll look me up, John Gay, Jag in Detroit Podcasts. And if you want to follow along with the Jag Show podcast, you can find us on Apple, Spotify, Google, Stitcher, TuneIn, iHeartRadio, and you can find me on social at Jag in Detroit. My website is jagindetroit.com. Thanks as always for listening to the Jag Show podcast. Again, 5 Minute Friday. Later.